What's up, y'all? Welcome back to our channel. It's a little past 11. My husband and Summer are still asleep. Summer should have been up. I should have been up. But I'm struggling with the schedule right now. It's really not a struggle. It's just, I just need to just get back on top of my shit. My husband works at night. He was off yesterday. He has to go to work tonight, so he's still asleep for obvious reasons. Ever since my husband and I decided to pull her out of school, I've just been real relaxed, unfortunately, with scheduling. I've been out of work for a while, so my schedule has been off. My sleep schedule been off. Now that she's not in school, I've kind of like put her on that same schedule. And I've justified it with, as long as she gets her 8 hours of sleep, no harm, no foul. But I know that's not okay. She should have been up getting her day started with her schooling. So even though we still get what we need out the way done in that regard, she still sleeps in too late. And so it's just been something that I've just been knowing it's not okay, but not putting forth the effort necessary to make it right. The reason why we're homeschooling her is because when the pandemic hit and everybody had to homeschool, first grade year for Summer, it was hard. She was struggling. And a huge part of that struggle was due to some personal reasons that I'm not going to go into. But we did the best that we could. By the time that she got into second grade, and Summer wasn't the only person that was affected. A lot of kids were affected by that arrangement when the pandemic hit. By the time she got to the second grade, it was already understood that a lot of kids were behind. Towards the end of the second grade year, I started noticing that it would probably be a good idea for Summer to repeat the second grade, because between what I was observing and what her teacher was reporting, she wasn't ready for the third grade. And when I brought it to the school's attention, long story short, they were against it, and they assured me that she would be okay because they had some programs in place to assist the kids who didn't do too good, to help them along, to prepare them for the following grade. So even though I still felt like it didn't make sense, because it's like, here she is, she's going to be going to another grade, still trying to learn second grade. Like, it just didn't make sense to me. But okay, give it a try. Third grade year. Once again, her teacher is getting at me. Now, by this time, her teacher is getting at me, and it has nothing to do with the pandemic, okay? But all of those systems that were in place was supposed to have helped her and supported her so that third grade year wouldn't be as challenging because of the pandemic, in addition to, whatever challenges she would have faced just learning third grade. Her teacher gets at us, and long story short, she's telling us, I can't even sleep at night. I wouldn't be able to sleep at night if I didn't tell you, how your daughter was doing. And she was just basically saying that, Summer is not ready for the fourth grade. She is not where she needs to be to go to the fourth grade. She said she was like third in her class, like struggling. So bring it to the principal's attention, the new principal this time. And long story short, they tell us, we got these systems in place and we're going to make sure that she's okay, but we don't recommend that, you hold her back because it'll hurt her socially. And these programs that they want to put her in is like special education programs. And so what I was trying to explain to the principal, because when I'm working with Summer at home, Summer is not showing me any signs of something being mentally wrong. She's just showing signs of lack of focus, lack of effort, you know, more so just want to rush through it because she want to do what she want to do, whether it be play with her toys or, you know, look at her little YouTube videos and cartoons and things of that sort. Just not focusing the way that she should. But as far as like being incapable, you know, as far as there being some type of a mental block of some sort, no, that's not what I observed working with Summer. And so, but for them, it's like, you know, they want to put her in these classes, these special education classes, to see if, in fact, that is what the issue, what's going on mentally with her. And I was against it. And it wasn't because, you know, I don't want to see my daughter in no special ed classes, you know, coming from a mommy perspective. It was because I knew for a fact that that wasn't the case. And so you're not going to shove my daughter into some special ed class because you're trying to make money off of her. So we're sitting there and we're going back and forth, and you know, basically what I tried to explain to the because it's the principal, it's her teacher, it's like the school psychologist, and one of the tutors that was at the meeting. So what I'm trying to explain to them is that, look, I've been here already. We tried this in second grade. It didn't work. Now you want to do the same thing again in third grade? It just doesn't make any sense. Good morning. Good morning. Why does it make sense to let her go to the fourth grade while still trying to learn third grade? She's already struggling. So that's just going to be too much on her. So they still didn't see the logic in what I was saying. I didn't see the logic in what they were saying. I especially didn't agree with how they were just trying to shove her in special ed classes. It was just the whole meeting was basically not about a compromise. The whole meeting was just a waste of both sides' times because we were going in thinking like, okay, we already tried it last year, so we kind of like have some leverage in terms of holding her back this time. And so, and then for them, they had already made up in their mind that we're not holding her back. We're going to send her to the next grade. We're going to put her in these special ed classes, and we're going to keep it moving. So the whole meeting was just a waste of time. And so when I saw what they were trying to do and how I knew that that would be a disadvantage to Summer, we both decided to pull her out. And I know initially it was a emotional decision. I wouldn't say that like it was well thought out in terms of time wise. It was just one of those like common sense decisions though for me. Like you don't need a whole lot of time to think about something like that, especially when you've already been down that road and you know where that road leads. Yeah, it was an emotional decision, but I feel like it was a logical decision. It was one of those decisions that was in the best interest of her. But I have to admit, you know, I'm afraid. I'm afraid I'm gonna fail her. I definitely can't keep waking up like this on this time schedule with her. For starters, but I've been kind of stressed out too, a little bit. Like I've been looking for work, just trying to embark on this new journey, if you will. I'm not a professional teacher. I'm not stupid, but I do realize that, you know, as a professional, you know, there are strategies that are used to help the kids along, and it's about connecting, you know, with your child to really see, you know, what is the best teaching style, the best teaching method for your child. And what comes along with that is an extreme amount of patience, you know. And so so you can it gets frustrating at times. Frustrating from the standpoint of I can see now from a teacher's perspective when it comes to Summer in terms of the challenges that they faced when helping Summer, because she can be stubborn. When she shuts down, when she can't figure something out, she just shuts down, and she doesn't want to try anymore. And I'm just afraid to fail. I'm afraid to fail. I will say the good part about all of this is that I have the space and the time to work with her. And so if she's not ready for fifth grade, then she's just not ready. And we're just going to continue to keep homeschooling her until she's where she needs to be, so that she can be in the grade that she's supposed to be in. It's really unfortunate because I know I would rather her be at school. I know she would rather be at school. But it's just unfortunate how kids are just shoved into these programs when clearly every child learns differently. So for Summer, for instance, she's just not at that level to where she picks up things as quickly as other students would. She needs more time. And it's not like an extreme, amount of time, like a lot of time, but, she just needs more time. It takes her more time to connect with strategies and, how things work. And, oh, okay. Because then once she gets it, she's gone. She takes off. But for mine, you're not just going to shove her into some special ed class like something's mentally wrong with her. And it's not that I'm trying to look at it like, that's beneath her, because if that's truly what she needed, if that was truly what the problem was, I don't have a problem with that. But I know for her, that's not the case. But I also understand that when a child is in a classroom setting, there's one teacher, with the exception of maybe, an assistant. But for the most part, there's one teacher dealing with X amount of different personalities, and a teacher can't just take all that time with just one student and having other students they have to connect with and figure out what their teaching style is and what teaching method works good for them. They don't have time to just be focused on just one child when that child might be presenting some resistance, not working to their full capability, not putting forth the effort. Just want to do what they want to do. And then when they want to shut down. Like, teachers don't have time for that. So I totally get it. I totally understand. But as I said, at the end of the day, in spite of all that, you're not going to just shove my daughter into a special ed class when that's not how she should be categorized, because that's not the root of the issue. So I need to get on my shit, though. And where that starts is with putting her on the proper schedule. So, as a matter of fact, I need to get started.